Assalamu Aleikum Warahmatullahi Wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Allahumma ma asma bihi min ni'matin aw bi ahadin min khalqika faminka wahdaka la sharika lak falakal hamd. So inshallah tonight lesson is Tafseer course lesson number 17. Lesson number 17. Now the series which is going on through who wrote the Qur'an. Who wrote the Qur'an. Now tonight's topic, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, we find that we're going to talk about the Prophet ﷺ wrote the Qur'an for material gain, power and glory. So, this things or topic, it is very much one of the controversial one, because there are some people who have claimed that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ he wrote the Qur'an for some type of material gain or for power and glory. However, this claim, it is an odds with the historical evidence. And so that's why we find that we don't agree with that claim. Yeah. But now, we want to put the topic in a good way. As we know that we are in part 7C. Part 7C. So what will be the name of the topic? What will be the name of the topic? As the last time it was the introduction to the first claim. And then we will right now we will put the topic just as material gain, power and glory. Okay? You may find that in YouTube because you find it doesn't allow to us to put a very long topic. Or else we may put even that Prophet or refuting the claim that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ wrote the Qur'an for material gain, power and glory. Last time we said that Muhammad ﷺ wrote the Qur'an. We introduced to that for the claim, and we mentioned that people, they put that into different motive. They say that he wrote it because for material gain, power and glory. And some other they say that it is to unite the Arabs or to morally reform them, and others they say it is for epileptic seizures or self-delusions. But we find that we don't agree with those things, and that's why we have come to refute. So refuting that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam we're refuting the claim that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam wrote the Quran for material gain, power and glory. Refuting the claim that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam wrote the Quran for material gain, power and glory. That is the topic for today. So we find that some people are claiming it, and we don't agree with them, and that's why, however, this claim, it is at odds with this historical evidence. It is at odd. Okay? And that's why we say that in fact when one studies the history of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam life, we find that he was actually materially more well off before claiming prophethood than even afterwards. So before, we find that he was materially more well off. He had a lot of money, yeah, before even claiming prophet. But then you find that afterwards he didn't have much of that money. He didn't have much of the material. He wasn't, he didn't have much of the money at his disposal. And that's why we say that at 25 years old, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was married to the wealthy widow named Khadija radiallahu anha, and they lived a life of relative comfort, a good life, At the age of 25 years old, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam married Khadija radiallahu anha. However, after his call now to prophethood, his standard of living, it declined dramatically. Sometimes going 2 months without cooking anything, surviving only on dates and water. And because of the extreme hardships that he and his family endured, after proclaiming God's message, after proclaiming Allah's message. So here we find that it was after his call now to prophethood that that standard of living, it started to decline slowly by slowly, and he would go even 2 months without even cooking any food. So he will only survive with water and dates. That's not it was the extreme hardship. Yeah? You can see it, even you can understand. So this now, it will be a temporary sacrifice, but a way of life for him until he died. So you may think that this is it will not be a temporary sacrifice, but it was a way of life. You will not find it is only temporary, but you find that now his way of life until he died. It was like that. Sometime we'll have food, sometime we'll not have. It is like that. It's going like that, And at no time in his prophethood did he ever live in a fancy palace. You will not find him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, living in a fancy palace, in a big palace, wearing the finest clothes or enjoying that luxury of this world. He will not enjoy that luxury of this world, as we find that he used this message of Islam to show that he didn't want for material gain or power or glory. No. Yeah. And even you find that after the early Muslims, they became successful and they started now to make financial gains. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam wives, they complained about their living condition, and they wondered why they had to continue to live so poorly, when there was seemingly no need. So as we know that the early Muslim now, they started becoming successful and they got a lot of money. But you find that at that time Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, wives now, they complained, they're not happy. As we know, the nature of a woman is like that, It's mentioned even in the Quraan, like that. In the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there's a mentioning about it. But that's not our topic, but I find that that's what happens. And that's why you find that his wives now complained about their living conditions. And they wondered why they had to continue to live so poorly when there was seemingly no need to live such a poor life. So what was the reason that he lived such poorly? Let us answer this. So to explain this, we go to Surah Al-Ahzab, chapter number 33, the verses 28 to 29. 28 to 29. It says, يا أيها النبي كل لأزواجك إن كنتن تريدن الحياة الدنيا وزينتها فتعلينا أمتكنا وأسرحكنا سراحا جميلا وإن كنتن تريدن الله ورسوله والدار الآخرة فإن الله أعد للمحسنات منكن أجرا عظيما. So what is the translation of this verse? We say that that revelation then came from Allah Azza wa Jal, stating that, O Prophet, say to your wives, if you desire the life of this world and its glitter, then come, I will make a provision for you and set you free. That is divorce in a handsome manner. But if you desire Allah and His Messenger and the home of the hereafter, then verily Allah has prepared for the good doers amongst you an enormous reward, that is Jannat al-Firdaus. So this is a revelation that came when you find that the wives, they complained to the Prophet ﷺ about that thing, about their condition. And that's why Allah told the Prophet ﷺ to say to his wives that if you are desiring now, if you are desiring this life of this world and its glitter, then come, and that is then come, and Allah Azza wa Jal, He will make a provision for you and will set you free. That is that the Prophet ﷺ will make a divorce in a handsome manner to their wives. But if you desire now Allah and His Messenger and the home of the hereafter, that is paradise, then verily Allah has prepared for you good doers, for the good doers amongst you, an enormous reward. So one of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam companions also, they describing his room. Now let us look at his room. As we have mentioned here, the verse we have understood, I think so. We have understood that in this Surah Al-Ahzab, chapter number 3, verse number 28 to 29, there's a teaching for us to know that the wives of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they were given, I think so, we can say a very important advice. A very important advice that if you want the life of this world, or do you want the life of the hereafter? If you want the life of this world, then divorce the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But if you want a life of the hereafter, the Jannatul Firdaus, then live with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in a good way, in a good manner. Okay. So we find that there is a point here called patience. It's important. Yeah. Okay. Now, one of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam also companion describing his room, he said, I noticed that the contents of his room, it comprised of only 3 pieces of tanned skin and a handful of barley in a corner. I looked but failed to find anything else. I began to cry. So Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, why are you weeping? I replied, that is the companion replied, say, O Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, why should I not cry? I can see the patterns of the mat imprinted on your body, and I am also beholding all that you have in this room. O Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, pray that Allah may grant ample provisions for us. The Persians and the Romans, who have no true faith and who do not worship Allah, but they worship their kings, they live in gardens with streams flowing in their midst. But the chosen prophet, an accepted slave of Allah, should live in such dire poverty? A question, an exclamation also. The Prophet ﷺ was resting against his pillow, but when he heard me talk like this, he sat up and said, "Oh Umar, are you still in doubt about this matter? Ease and comfort in the hereafter, they are much better than ease and comfort in this world. The disbelievers, they are enjoying their share of the good things in this world, whereas the believers, they have all such things in store for them in the next." So this is also in Sahih Muslim. A teaching for us again, a teaching again. Now also a lesson for us Muslim to look at it. And we find that Umar radiallahu anhu, he noticed that the place where the Prophet ﷺ was living, it only had pieces of tanned skin, and there was only a handful of barley in a corner there. And when he tried to look into the room of the Prophet ﷺ, he didn't find anything else. And then he wept, he cried. And then Muhammad ﷺ, as he is very much concerned for his people, for his ummah. He asked Umar radiallahu anhu, why are you weeping? And then you find that Umar radiallahu anhu replied by saying that, no, why should I not cry? Because of the fact that I can see that patterns of the mat imprinted on your body. I think so the back part of the Prophet ﷺ had marks imprinted on his body. And can say that also, that is one thing. Number 2, he said that I'm also beholding all that you will have in this room. He's also saying that all the things that you have in this room is very little. No, there's not a lot of things. And then he said to the Prophet ﷺ, pray to Allah Azza wa Jal to give us a lot of provision for us. And he's also mentioning of the fact that the Persians and the Romans, they have they don't have any true faith, but they have a lot of money. So I find that Umar radiallahu anhu, you can say that he's also seeing that the Persians and the Romans, they have luxuries. But why And then also the Persian Romans, they don't have that true faith, and they don't worship Allah Azza wa Jal, but they have, but they worship their kings, and they live in gardens, they are streams, following the midis, they have a lot of money like that. But the Prophet ﷺ and his accepted slave of Allah, should they live in such a dire poverty? The question is asking, to the Prophet ﷺ. And the Prophet ﷺ, he answered by, he was resting on that pillow. When I woke up, he woke up, he started up and said, "How Umar, are you still in doubt about this matter? Are you still in doubt in the fact that the ease and comfort in the hereafter, they are much better than the ease and after that we have in this world?" The disbelievers, we find that they will enjoy their share of good things in this world, whereas for the believers, they will have all of these things in the hereafter. So, just pondering that fact, did Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam written the Qur'an because of material gain of power or glory? The answer is no again. Okay, so Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he died poor also, and his deprivation of this world was self-imposed. And the most significant refutation to this claim that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was seeking wealth and power is the following story when the chiefs of Makkah, they came to him trying to get him to stop preaching his message. And you can see that in the life of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam by Ibn Hisham, that book. So that book, it says that, "O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you are, as you know, a noble from your tribe, and your lineage it assures you a place of honor. And now you have brought to your people a matter of grave concern, whereby you have split their community, declared their way of life to be foolish, spoken shamefully of their gods and religion, and called their forefathers disbelievers. Listen to what I propose, and see if any of it is acceptable to you. If it is wealth that you seek, we will gather our wealth and make you the richest amongst us. If you seek honor, we will make you our overlord, and we will make no decision without your consent. If you seek kingship, then we will make you our king. And if you cannot get rid of this demon that appears to you, we will find you a physician and spend all our money until you are cured." So when he finished, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he had received a revelation which stated. So we go back now to the Quran. So we go to Surah Al-Fusilat, chapter number 41, and then the verse now, it is from 1 to 8. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم حميم تنزيل من الرحمن الرحيم كتاب فصلت آياته قرآنا عربيا لقوم يعلمون بشيرا ونذيرا فأعرض أكثرهم فهم لا يسمعون وقالوا قلوبنا في أكينة مما تدعونا إليه وفي آذاننا وقر ومن بيننا وبينك حجاب فاعمل إننا آملون قل إنما أنا بشر مثلكم يوحى إلي أنما إلهكم إله واحد فاستقيموا إليه واستغفره وويل للمشركين الذين لا يؤتون الزكاة وهم بالآخرة هم كافرون إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات لهم أجر غير ممنون. So inshallah, let us explain the verses, what does it mean. So very much important for us to know that it says when he finished, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he had received that revelation which stated Hamim, a revelation from Allah Azza wa Jal, the most beneficent, the most merciful, a book whereof the verses they are explained in detail, a Qur'an in Arabic for people who know, giving glad tidings and warning, but most of them they turn away, so they don't listen, and they say, our hearts they are under coverings, screened from that to which you invite us. And in our eyes is deafness, and between us and you is a screen. So walk you on your way, verily we are walking on our way. Say, I am only a human being like you. It is inspired in me that your God is one. Therefore, take straight paths to him, and obedience to him, and seek forgiveness of him. And woe to the polytheists, those who give not the zakat, and they are disbelievers in the hereafter. Truly, those who believe and they do righteous good deeds, for them will be an endless reward that will never end. So, a very important story we have gotten here. As I mentioned before, that this most significant refutation to this claim that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was seeking the wealth and power, it is that following story when we had here that the chiefs of Makkah, they came to him trying to do what? To get him to stop that preaching. Preaching La ilaha illallah. They wanted him to stop the preaching of La ilaha illallah. And what was the purpose of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam preaching this La ilaha illallah? Is because Allah has told him to do that work. And now they told these chiefs of Makkah, they say to him, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you are, as you know, you are noble from your tribe and your lineage. It assures you a place of honor. And you find that if you know the tribe of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it was one of the greatest, one from the Quraishi lineage, and it was a time of they had a lot of honor. It was a noble tribe at that time, yeah. And they went on by saying, and now you have brought to your people a matter of grave concern. Find that the Prophet ﷺ, he had started to preach about La ilaha illallah, and that's what they're saying, that this is not a grave concern. That has brought a little bit of disunity among the community because of what Prophet Muhammad ﷺ he was preaching. And they went on by saying that it is the one that splitted their community, and it declared their way of life to be foolish, because the Qur'an it mentioned that, you know, because of the fact that the Quraysh, they were a tribe that they were killing women, they were killing the babies who were girls. They were doing bad things, like, you know, if you go back, they were treating women as if they are sex objects, and something bad. I don't want to mention all of it here, but this is something what happened there. And that's why he said that, you know, spoken shamefully of their gods and religion, and called their forefathers disbelievers. That is what Prophet Muhammad said, that these Lut, I think so, know, Lata, Manat, and the others, these of their idols, he said that these are not your gods. They should not be worshipped. And then he also said that that religion that you're doing, the religion of yours, is also not correct. And he also said that your forefathers are disbelievers, in a way that just a little bit they were teaching them something of idolatry and something like that. So that's why he was saying that your preaching is not correct. So these chiefs of Makkah, they are saying that these chiefs of Makkah, they wanted to propose to the Prophet ﷺ that if it is wealth that you seek, we will gather our wealth and make you the richest amongst us. But the Prophet ﷺ refused wealth. And then another one, if you seek the honor, we will make you our overlord, and we will make no decision without your consent. And then also the Prophet ﷺ refused that seeking of honor. And then another next one, the chiefs of Makkah, they said, if you seek kingship, then we will make you our king. And he again refused also that one. And if you cannot get rid of this demon that appears to you, we will find you a physician and spend all our money until you are cured. And also you find that this thing, the last statement, it is now really like, say, an abuse to the Prophet ﷺ. It's an abuse. It's not correct, and it's not befitting to do this to any prophet. It's not correct in a way. Okay, and that's why it came a revelation from Allah Azza wa Jal, saying, as I mentioned here, Surah Al-Fisilat, chapter number 41, verse number 1 to 8, and I've already talked about it. So let me just explain these verses a little bit. That it is mentioning that this is a book whereof the verses, they are explained in detail. If you go back the Quraan, this book, if you read it in a correct way, in a correct understanding, there is a detail into it. Also is in Arabic. For the people who know Arabic, they will be able to understand it in the best way now. In the best way, because it's explained in detail. And then also it is giving glad tidings, the Quran, and it's also giving warning. But most of the people, you find that they turn away. They don't hear it. So they don't listen to the Quran. And they say our hearts, they are under covering, screen from that to which you invite us. And in our ears is deafness, and between us and you is a screen. So walk you on your way. Verily, we are walking on our way. So here, in that statement, that is, and they say. So you can see that now, the Prophet ﷺ, he replied to this by saying, as Allah told him to reply, say that, hear this correctly, say, the Prophet ﷺ said, I am only a human being like you. The Prophet ﷺ, he was only a human being like you. And it is inspired in me that your God is one. Therefore, take straight path to him and obedience to him. So it has been inspired to the Prophet ﷺ that Allah Azza wa Jal is one. Allah Azza wa Jal is one. And you should take straight path. You should take that straight path, which is Islam. Which is Islam. And obedience, you have to obey Allah Azza wa Jal. What it says Allah Azza wa Jal, you have to obey it. It's important for us to obey it. Okay? And seek forgiveness of him. And you shall be seeking repentance of Allah Azza wa Jal by doing astaghfirullah to bilaik, and by seeking repentance of Allah Azza wa Jal through your du'as and everything. Okay? And woe to the polytheists. Polytheists, they are people who, they are idolaters. They do mushrik, they are mushrikun now. And they are the people who they associate with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala something else. They associate an idol or anything with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Those who give not the zakat, and they are disbelievers in the hereafter. Those people who don't not give zakat, woe to those. Those people, they who are disbelievers, they are disbelievers in the hereafter. Inshallah, here we are learning that only those people who are doing the righteous good deeds, and they are the one who will get the eternal endless reward, and that is now the paradise. So now let us now finish this session bi'idhnillahi ta'ala by saying that so had his aim been wealth and the power, then he could have easily achieved his goal without even going through that hardship and poverty he went through up until his death. But what we come here to know that his aim was not about wealth and was not about power, but his aim, it was to spread that word of Islam, as it has been mentioned here that it is inspired in me that God is one, and therefore take straight path to him and obedience to him, and seek forgiveness of him, and woe to the polytheists. So there is something that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is teaching us to be on the straight path. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.